Hi, it's Glenda here from Top Notch Legal, and today I'm going to talk about consequential loss. And you may well say, well, what on earth is that? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples to explain, because I believe it's one of the most important issues that you have to watch out for when you're running a business. So I'm going to give you two examples. The first one involves a plumber. So this plumber is called in to repair some leaks in a roof that sits over a very large warehouse. Now, a supermarket chain owns that warehouse, and you can imagine how big it would be. And in that, they store all sorts of foodstuffs, including frozen and fresh goods. Now, a few days after the plumber's done his work, there's a massive storm which rips off some of the roof, causing a lot of damage. So foodstuff is damaged, the warehouse has to close down, and it takes around a week to frantically get this roof repaired. Now, in the meantime, the supermarket, of course, can't deliver to their customers. And so they want to sue the plumber, not only for the cost of fixing up the roof and replacing all the damaged stock, but also for other items. And these are what we call consequential loss. For example, all the revenue that they lost whilst they were closed down. They've received claims from their customers who couldn't serve. So there's all those different supermarkets that they serviced, plus they often service others as well. All of those make claims against them. So they want to pass those claims on, and they're known as consequential loss. Now, I'll give you another example. This concerns the IT industry. Now, frequently, those who manage IT services will promise to keep your services up and running 24/7. So let's say you have an IT business, and this is the promise that you've made to your customers. And one of your customers provides services to the insurance broking industry. Now, as you're backing up data one day, an accident happens, and a lot of that data gets corrupted, and it takes 3 days, 24 hours of work to get this up and running again. In the meantime, your customer has suffered quite a lot of damage, which they want to sue you for. Now, their customers, that's who they service, the insurance brokers are suing them because that put them down for several days. So they sue your customer, and your customer wants to pass that on to you. That's known as consequential loss. Also, your customer lost out on a really important deal. They were about to sign up a customer who found out that their systems were not operating for these 3 days, so they didn't go ahead and sign on the dotted line. So that's known as a missed opportunity, and that can be sued for. That's also ahead of consequential loss, plus the damage to their reputation. Now, all of these things, the law allows you to completely exonerate yourself from these types of liabilities in your contracts. And you might say, well, I'm not even going to bother because I've got insurance. But you have to consider, what if the insurance doesn't pay out? Or how will you feel if you make a claim against your insurance and you find that your premiums have gone through the roof the following year? I always say a better way is to have your first line of defence is your contracts. Have them clearly drafted. Now, in this area of law, the courts in the different states have made some different decisions, which means we've got to be very careful with the drafting to ensure that the contracts are enforceable across state borders, because they may not be if they're not drafted correctly. So if you want to be sure about this, reach out to us. We'll be sure to set you on the right path. Glenda from Top Notch Legal.